Up it goes. No defining result out of that ruck contest, but the ball comes away, goes to Bannockburn, kicked off ground, comes off hands to the Anakie player, kicked back in, and it will be found by Chris Reek for Bannockburn. Centre half forward position, he goes into the middle of the ground there. He will find Haggard Bowles. Haggard Bowles drives the ball long into the Bannockburn attacking area, comes off hands. Leading there in the race for the ball is, that might have been Reece Illig, I think, taking the ball out there for Anakie. Comes out wide. Anakie player kicks the ball up towards the wing position. Comes off hands there. Jordan Fulton has the ball taken to ground. Gets it away though. Runs into a heavy contest as Yelchin Perchek, and he will take the free kick right on the wing position for the Anakie side. Drives the ball in long, looking for Gary Rickett, who cannot take the ball, and the ball will be thrown in now. Comes back into play. Haggard Bowles is the only one there to present. He will get a tap, but doesn't go to Gotti McDonald. Not very happy with the early setups there.
Very angry.
He was quite upset. Wilson goes up, gets the ball this time. Tap down comes to Berg. Berg drives the ball in forward. He's looking for Ricketts. Can't get it, and drifting back there and taking the mark is Travis Grigg. Grigg will bring the ball out towards the clubroom side of the ground. Luke Priddle infringes, and the Bannockburn player will get the mark. Comes to Butch Shaw. A little bit big for him. He can't get that. Rick Lazarick gets it. He's a cunning player. Gets it out to Priddle by hand. Priddle then comes across to Pittman. Pittman, short kick coming back in, looking for Kane Hayes, but too long for him. Wilson's there to clean up the mess, but well tackled and heavily tackled there by Jack Bryman. Young Bryman takes him to the ground. Umpire says he didn't have opportunity, and it will be a ball up right in the centre of the ground.
In the middle of the ground now. No scorers yet. Up goes the ball. Big Wilson in ruck and Haggard Bowles. Wilson probably gets it, but it goes to the Bannockburn players. There's a bit of a scrum. Comes back out to Wilson, who gets his own ball. Puts it up towards Berg. He can't take the mark. In comes Roweth now. He gets a quick handball out, but it's to no avail as Gary Rickett picks it up. Puts it out towards the half-forward flank. A nice little handball over to Perchik. Perchik has the first shot for goal for the day, and he's put it through. A magnificent goal to Perchik. And that puts Anakie onto 1 goal strike. The other end of the ground, so good goal to get early. Ball goes up. Wilson will get the tap down this time. Ball goes straight to ground. Over the top comes Kane Hayes, probably a little bit high, and possibly a free kick could have been infringed there. But Shaw trying to drag the ball out, but the umpire says, I will have another go at that. They're doing what I said to Bannockburn boys. They're actually reading it off the ruck. They realise that Haggard Bowles probably won't get a lot of tap-outs.
Haggard Bowles is going to have to be about the contest, isn't he?
Yep.
Up they go again. Wilson gets the ball down again, but reading the play beautifully, and coming off hands there was Kane Taylor. He gets the ball forward. Comes off hands there. I think it might have been Brad Watts up there trying to get the ball for Bannockburn. Off hands. Chris Reek. He drives the ball forward again. Picked up there by the Bannockburn player, and then gets out by hand to Warple. Warple brings the ball in. Tell you what,
I think he's got that.
I tell you what, he has kicked that off the boot, and that has bounced through on a Shane Warner, one of our officials today.
Someone's running the square.
So the ball will go to Wilson. He will drive long, looking for Pittman, and Pittman will take a strong mark at the 50-metre mark. Could possibly be just outside his range with this wind. Jamie Pittman goes back. Recall to move it quick from the Anakie bench, but Pittman's going to go back on a run longer than Dennis Lillies. He's back nearly in the centre of the ground. He's going to kick from 50-55.
I think he's entitled to. There wasn't much on offer.
Pittman comes in. Boot to ball.
Slipped.
He didn't quite get it. Slipped off the mark. Comes off hands. Perchek was there. He's roved that inside. He's kept it in, but the boundary umpire says, no, you have not, my son.
He held it in.
It looked like he did, but we're around the arc just a little bit further. It wasn't Fano. He would have got it, though. He could have got it right. Don't worry about that. Throw in. Over the back. Throw-in's a real good one. It's cleared everything. It's come over the back. Steve Ricketts has got the ball. Gives it out to Wilson. Wilson loads up from 55 out, and he's going to miss everything, and that will go.
Not much on offer, so he goes across the face of the goals, and he picks out a teammate there in, who would that be, Andrew? It looks like
Alex Roweth.
Looks like Roweth to me, and Roweth now gives us a bit of time to find him and puts it up towards the wing position. A little bit of a push, not noticed by the umpire, and it's a good mark to Bannockburn now. They've got players running everywhere. You're not quite sure where to go, and he's gone on the left boot, puts it up towards the centre half forward position, looking for the big guns, but it goes over the back now. Tyquin's probably leading in the race for the ball. He kicks a kick off the ground, puts it further into the goal square now. Big Mick Allen tries a kick off the ground. I don't think it was him, and now another kick off the ground, and I tell you what, I think it's a goal.
That's Matty Watts.
That looked like World Cups.
We'll send the ball up. Up they go. Haggerboles probably gets the best of that, comes off hands though. Kane Hayes gets the ball off the ground. He goes out wide and he finds, I'm not sure, who's wearing 24.
No, he's not on our list,
got a 24 on the list out there. So
they got him at 28.
So we'll call Mitch Vickery 24, and if he's not, we apologise to Mrs. Vickery and Mr. Vickery at home. Comes off hands, ball goes back into play. Allen picks up the ball for Bannockburn. He goes out wide looking for the opportunity. Ball centred, comes back in looking for Brad Watts. Ball spills again out of hands. Good tackling there from Kane Hayes. Ball comes off hand once again. Chris Reek, who's picking up a lot of the ball early. He drives the ball in further. Looking for and finding over the top. He was looking for Michael Allen. Allen couldn't take the ball, and the ball will be rushed for a minor score. 8.5 minutes in on the Common Fiend Hotel scoreboard. 8.5 minutes in. I must have started the clock a little bit late. Comes off hands. As the ball comes back in, the kick from Anakie, but directed straight back in to the Bannockburn forward line. Ball comes off hands once again. In then under there was Rick Lazarick trying to get the ball out. We've got an Anakie player down off the ball. Kenny Whitehall. Parsons, I think it might be Parsons actually. Tommy Parsons. The resulting ball up over the top. Allen gets the tap down against Wilson. Comes to Priddle. He's knocked off his feet. Ball comes clear and a pack will form, and the umpire will blow the whistle. He's gone back to the goal square and hands on knees. Up goes the ball. No contest again. Haggerbole's doing a good job here against Wilson. Ball spills free for the Anakie side though, and they will drive into attack. Looking once again for Pittman. Knocked off the ball though by Ross Dando, and good bit of defensive work. He will get the ball through. 3 or 4 Bannockburn players here who can make the most of it. Tyquin gets the ball. He drives it forward, but it's going to be a 2-on-1 contest. Ball comes down to ground, comes off hands. Once more. Picked up there by the Anakie player of scrum on here. Really defending grimly at the Anakie side. Ball comes off hands there to Matt Watts again. He can't get the ball away, and a matter of fact, he has been paid for holding the ball side of the ground. It might even be Tom Kettle. Kicks the ball in now, looking for Jordan Fulton. Fulton can't take the mark, but Priddle rows beautifully. He weaves inside 3 of them, kicks long, looking for Pittman. But great interception there by Jamie Van Ingen, who will come back and take the mark and relieve the pressure for the Bannockburn side. He chips the ball out and he finds Kane Taylor. Taylor brings the ball around now to Travis Grigg, who's come up from the back line position, right in front of the commentary position here. Grigg drives the ball long, looking for Allen. Can't get to hands. Ball comes off. Looking for Rowan Padani underneath. He can't pick the ball up. Ball comes off hands to Warple. Warple then gets off hands to Jack Broman. Broman drives the ball long. That's a great attacking kick. Comes off hands, but Park Kettle picks the ball up back at the back of the pack, and the ball will run through for a minus. Oh, okay.
Looks like Corey Collins will take the kick off as he puts it out towards the half-back flank now. He's got a couple of big blokes in there, and one of them doesn't let him down in Big Wilson. Takes a lovely mark at centre half-back. Has a look further afield. He can't see much option, so he goes short and wide, and he picks up over there. Could be Hayes, is it? I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, long
Onto the right boot now. Puts it up towards the wing position, but it's Bannockburn everywhere. Haggerboles, he juggles it, but he holds it. Shows it the ball to the teammate and says, I'm going to kick it further back into the forward line. Up they go. No one can take the mark. It's punched away, and the ball rolls.
Have taken all their opportunities, haven't they?
They probably have. They've just got the initiative at the moment. As in comes the ball. Big Wilson again. He's starting to get on top with his size and his height. Over it comes now. Can't pick the ball up. Now he does. Puts it up towards the centre half forward position. Oh, it's gone longer than that. It's gone into full forward. Oh, beautiful defence out there this time by Jamie Van Ingen, but he can't quite punch it far enough, and it comes back out now, out towards the other back pocket. How they come, no one can pick it up. That looks like Priddle going for the ball. He's held it, not in possession. The umpire says no, it wasn't much in it. Comes out to Butchaw now. Butchaw has a look behind him. He has a bounce now. He's going to put his left boot into it any tick of the clock, and he does just that, but there's no one home for Anakie, and Corey Collins reads it like a book and gets across and takes a mark on the half-back flank position for the Anakie footy side.
So the ball comes in there and delivers to Fulton. Fulton marks on the half-back flank for the Anakie side. Looking for options. Gary Ricketts gives him a lead straight up. Moving the ball too slowly at the moment, Anakie. Horrible kick by Ricketts. Slipped on the delivery, and it's going to go out of bounds right in front of...
Last time Bannockburn got out a bit early, so we'll see what happens.
Throw in. Wilson late to arrive is going to take advantage of this beautiful tap over the back by hand. Comes off to Salvino. Salvino to Berg. He's got time. He's going to be run down though. Great run down tackle there from the Bannockburn player, but play on is then called. Kicks off hands and the ball comes out there to Jackson O'Neill. O'Neill's going to relieve to the far side of the ground, and it's a race on. Collins leading in the race for the ball on the wing. He will pick up. He's got a couple of minutes to kick. goes inbound, fires Lazarick. Lazarick gets around one, he's going to go back to Collins. Oh, again, a poor kick to the delivery. Collins was right out by himself, but he's made it into a contest now. As Broman goes over and probably gives him one in the back, but the umpire says no and lets it go. He's popped the whistle away for the minute. Falling on the ball, it's bound to be ball up. Up they go.
One's got to be up, one back.
Agabols will get the knockdown there. Comes off hands, but Collins robes that beautifully and kicks it back in looking for Salvino in a one-on-one contest. Hand was grabbed in the contest, probably should have been a free again. Or a bit of a don't argue there, I think, from Gary Ricketts. Then he will drive the ball in long. He's looking for and finding Steve Ricketts. Marks well. Beautiful use of the body by Ricketts. And he will kick from probably about 25, 30 metres out from goal.
Point delivery that time. That's what they've been lacking at the minute.
So Steve Rickett comes in. Goal umpire moves to the side. Was it good enough? I think he may have.
Get back, Johnny, get back.
Ball delivered back in.
Johnny, get back.
Long kick by Kane Taylor. That's a great kick. Goes out wide, but Ricketts is out there. He gets can't get hands of the ball. Probably again little jumper grab, but wasn't paid. Ball there picked up. Not sure who's grabbed that for the Anakie side, but he's gone back inside looking for Pittman. But Travis Grigg will go back and mark that ball. He's going to relieve a short across goal to Ross Dando. Dando. He kicks the ball out and he will find Brad Watts there on the just out from the full back position. Not many options. Lincoln Peters screaming for the ball, but he's going to come the other way and come out towards the commentary position. Ball comes out and he finds Rowan Padani there. Padani thinks about playing on but goes back. Watts comes around the backside of that and gets the ball off him. Will kick long looking forward, but the Anakie blokes lead in the race for the ball. Comes off hands. Brad Fatala picks up the ball. He gets it forward. Oh, it's bowled through all of them. Could this roll through? No, it's going to be relieved through the goals for a mind. Anakie 1-1 on the Commonfine Hotel scoreboard.
Out it comes now, the Anakie defence. They're holding up pretty well as it comes out towards Collins. It probably takes his 11th possession in the first quarter. He's playing a great game. It's a shocking kick, though. It's put Anakie under pressure now as a handball comes out towards Priddle, but no, it's not him. It is picked up there by Watts now onto the left. Puts it back in towards the centre. He centred it beautifully, and that's not played to Mark, not played to Bannockburn, but a kick off the ground is going to go close, and the kick off the ground has gone very close. Matter of fact, it's gone through.
Kicking with the advantage of a reasonable breeze.
No, I don't know. I'm staying out of it. As up they go. Agabols wins his probably second tap for the day, but it's a real good one. They come now. Bannockburn looking good at the moment, and they put it up towards the half-forward flank, and it's picked up there by Matty Ho. Ho now puts it in towards right into the teeth of goal, but it's going to be offline and goes through for a point as Bannockburn go to 3.
I think that looks like Kettle down there. We'll bring the ball back in for Anakie. He comes out to the close side of the ground, to the clubroom side. Tyke went over the back, couldn't bring the ball to the ground. Priddle knocked off his feet. Oh, third or fourth man in. There's probably 3 or 4 free kicks to be found in there. Umpire finds none of them and says, I will ball that up. Probably the correct contest in the end. Up they go. Wilson gets the ball. He comes over the top, but Watts gets the ball. Umpire finds a free kick, and I think that will go to Watts. Brad, he gets a short kick in. Oh, not a good kick. Went to Parsons, who intercepted. Allen was in the way there. Comes off hands. Ball comes there to Vickery. Oh, Wilson. No, Lincoln Peters knocked off his feet
by
his own player and friendly fire. Hasn't moved, Lincoln Peters. Play on is the call for the Anakie side. Driving forward, looking for Pittman. Should take the mark, can't quite get there, full just short on the run. Picked up there by Jack Broman, who's having a good game, picking up a fair few possessions. He kicks the ball out wide, and he will find Tom Warple out there. Warple too getting a little bit of the football, but intercepted by Dan Berg for the Anakie side. His kick is ordinary. Yelch and Perchik leading in the race for the ball, but it'll be picked up first by Brad Cockrell, that would be for the Anakie side. Back to Perchik, he's wrapped up in the tackle, brought to the ball. Shorty Peters is going to have
forward flank for Anakie. Up they go. No one can get the tag. Probably Haggerbol's in the finish. It comes out now to Salvino. Salvino to Wilson. Wilson sees a lead in the middle, but it's not a good kick. Mick Allen dropped what he should have taken, and they were away. And it comes back to Salvino. He stuffs it up as well. Tyquin loses possession of the ball. Comes back out to the new boy. Who wasn't on the list, but a great mark there in defence, and nearly 50 if he's not careful. And that'll go out there to Kane Taylor. Kane Taylor now slows it down a little bit Has a look further up forward. There's not much on offer, so he's just going to have to... No, he's found a little short pass. He's almost put it out in the full. There wasn't really a lead there, but Chris Reek picks it up on the wing. Puts it up towards the half-forward flank. That's a beautiful mark from behind. What a magnificent mark. That looks like Brad Fatullo over there. He's not a big bloke. It was a great mark and a great kick. He folds it up with a beautiful kick, and he puts it in the arms of one of his teammates. We'll wait for him to turn around. He's going to be about, he's probably inside 50, 40 odd metres out on a pretty acute angle. It looks like it is the boy that kicked the first goal from up from the under-18s, young Thomas Warple. And he comes now. This will be a very, very handy one for Bannockburn if he can manage it. Looks pretty deliberate. It goes across the face of the goals though, and it goes out of bounds on the full by the looks of it. And the resulting free kick will be
with the ball. Short kick brings it out wide, and he finds, I think Wilson might be out there in the deep, well, might have been Parsons actually. Parsons drives the ball long, right up to the wing, finds Gary Rickett. He turns around looking for an opportunity. Pittman gives him a lead, which he will honour, but beautifully intercepted back there by Grigg. Grigg for Bannockburn will drive them back into attack and find Mick Allen. Allen with the ball now. Sells a bit of fake handball work there. It goes and then kicks the ball long. Ball picked up, good tackle from the Anakie player. Comes off hands, scrum falls again. Fatullo underneath tries to get loose with the ball. Then comes off hands to Matt Watts. Matt Watts goes over the top. Under pressure there, Rick Lazarick again. Cool under the punt, but he gets the ball away. Umpire whistle on play. Advantage paid. Yes, it is, even though the Anakie player was running backwards, advantage was paid. Ball comes over the back, sits nicely for Gary Ricketts. He's got a little bit of time. Allen gets to him. He goes around one. Not a good handball from Ricketts. Coming back in ball, and 4 or 5 players are going to fall on the ball here. Umpire's going to blow a whistle, and he's going to pick a free kick out of it. It's going to be to Anakie. And I think it might be to Gary Ricketts. He kicks the ball in. He looking for Salvino, but Butch Shaw intercepts what was again another poor kick. It's been the run of play here in the last 10 minutes. Comes off hands. Lazarick feeds a handball out. Goes to Parsons. Out wide to Luke Wilson. Long handball up the wing. Beautiful handball there to Vickery. Vickery turns around. Again, touched on play as the ball was kicked. Comes off hands. Jack Broman for Bannockburn picks the ball up. As rain starts to fall here at the Anakie Recreation Reserve. Goes forward, looking for but not finding Brad Watts, I don't think it was, and comes off hands. Salvino underneath out to Wilson. Ball moving very quickly, but not with a lot of purpose here today. Perchek under the ball. He can't get it. Now drags it in. Gets back to his feet. Relieves the pressure out to Rick Lazarick. He's got a ton of possessions in the last 5 minutes. Comes off hands. Gary Ricketts goes around one. Drives the ball long. Looking for Berg. Berg uses the body, but better outplayed there by his Bannockburn opponent. Priddle leads in the race for the ball. He's going to get there first. Brad Watts, though, picks the ball up. Oh, great pick up, keeps the ball in with a classy bit of play.
He comes now to boundary umpire. Pretty good decision. I think he might have been right. He puts it back in towards Big Wilson in the ruck. Gives his opponent a nudge, but it goes to Butch Shaw. Reads it beautifully. And a beautiful kick. Their disposal's fantastic as Watts gets onto his favoured left and puts it up towards the centre half forward flank position. Beautiful pick up there, but not drop the ball very, very quickly. Out it comes now. Oh, there's a bloke in the goal square. Who's that? It's Chris Reek, and he puts it right through the middle, and Bannockburn now.
A can that was at Scotty McDonald's feet is as flat as a pancake now. He's not very happy with his charges, it would be fair to say, as Wilson gets the resulting tap down as the ball is restarted. Players restarted, I should say. Comes off hands. Oh, Parsons weaves through 2 or 3. Goes beautifully. Salvino again fumbles. Can't pick the ball up. He's not having a very good few minutes. He gets it back though. Drives the ball long. He's looking for Berg. Berg's going to have to use his body. Wrestled off hands. Oh, gee, I tell you what, that was a 50-50 for mine, but Berg will take the ball. Half forward flank, needs to move it quickly. Pittman is the lead. One on out, but he's going to be double teamed here. It'll be, good work. He should have dropped it. He should not have dropped that one. Ball's come off hands, full lucks of fortune. It's fallen in the hands of Luke Priddle. Is it outside of his distance? Possibly could be. He's going to kick from 50, right on the 50-metre arc.
He's only a little fella. It'll take a hell of a nice kick from here.
So Luke Priddle comes in. Good kick, drops the ball on his boot, but it's going to fade on its trajectory, and it will be a minor score. Then drives the ball long out to the half-back flank, outer side of the ground. Comes off hands. Rickett brings the ball to ground, but Bannockburn players are plenty there. Brad Watts picks up the ball, gives off to Butch Shaw. It's either that or a slippery football, because Butch Shaw's just dropped one he would rarely see do. Gives to Allen. Allen a little give, then off. Goes forward, looking for Matt Watt there. He can't get the ball. Picked up off hands there by Mark Banks, that is. That's a player we haven't called yet. He must have just come onto the ground, I would suggest. But there is a free kick there to Parsons. In actual fact, it might have been Jordan Fulton, I think. Fulton kicks the ball. He was looking for Pittman. He can't present. Butch Shaw will pick the ball up in the middle of the ground. Little chip kick over the top, and the real heavy rain is starting to fall here now. Comes over to Matthew Ho. He goes out wide, looking for the player out there in terms of Broman. Making a lot of space out there on that outer wing is Broman. Tackled well, though. Gets rid of the ball and disposes. Comes off hands. Luke Wilson was there. Luke Wilson for Anakie gets the ball, but intercepted there by Matty Tyquin. Tyquin comes off hands. And a solid mark to the Anakie player down in the last line of defence. I can't quite pick that up, who that is through this rain. He comes in looking for Salvino, but Allen will intercept for Bannockburn in terms of the contest. All of a sudden, the awning in front of the commentary booth is very popular as the boys try to get out of what is some heavy, heavy rain. Comes off hands for the Anakie player. Comes back, though. Intercepted there by Jack Broman again. He's getting a lot of the footy, as we say. Real greasy conditions are going to come into play now. Comes off hands. Kicked around the corner there by... but intercepted at the last line of defence by the Anakie player.
Corey Collins. Who else would it be?
Rock solid defender as it is. Comes forward. He was looking for Kane Hayes there, but intercepted beautifully there by Alex Rowith. He sends the ball back into attack, but we're playing a little bit of kick to kick, and that ball has gone to Jordan Kavanagh. Kavanagh relieves to the pocket to Luke Wilson. Luke Wilson, short kick. He finds, who did he find there? That was Vickery, but the siren has sounded, and that is the end of the first quarter. Bannockburn 4-5-29, leading Anakie 1 goal 2-8. So the ball has been balled up and come off hands. Comes out to Brad Watts, and then for the Bannockburn side, giving then out to Warple, who goes for goal. I tell you what, I reckon he's done it again. He has. Tommy Warple. It's come off hands straight away. Second goal onto the board, and they will go. I don't know.
We're right now. We're ready to go.
Ball goes back up in the middle. Up they go. Wilson gets the tap down. Coming off hands there, running into a pack of players is Jordan Fulton. And the umpire has said, you've been taken too high, Jordan. Have a free kick on me. Fulton delivers the ball in, looking for Pittman. Can't quite get there, slides out of the contest. Rick Lazarick gives a bit of don't argue, kicks the ball in forward. Coming off hands there, he was looking for Bowman. Bowman, though, can't get the ball to hand, comes off hands. Bowman's still in there. Raft of players fall on the ball, deep in the pocket. Picked up there, and what's going to happen here? It's gone straight up in the air, straight back down again to the contest. Bannockburn will relieve via Matthew Ho. Comes out wide, looking for Tyquin. Tyquin v Ladgrove on the outer side of the ground. Ladgrove will get there first, and he will see the ball.
Easy to defenders. You don't have to get a lot of the footy at this stage. Just stop him for a while.
So ball gets thrown in. Wilson brings the ball to ground. Wasn't a very deliberate tap, though. Kick off the ground. Comes out the back to Shaw. Shaw gives the ball a long kick in to centre half forward. 2-on-1 there. Kavanagh can't bring the ball to ground. Comes off hands. Delivered in forward by Tyquin. Fatala can't get the ball.
He's got him high though.
Ground, but it's been taken high. Been taken high by Parsons, and that resulting free kick will go to Matthew Ho. I think that is out there. Probably 45 metres from goal, directly in front. He's given the ball off to Brad Watts. Brad Watts goes for goal, and that was to no avail. One gone in this first quarter. Parsons will bring the ball back in. Goes out wide looking for Wilson, and Wilson doesn't take a mark. He should have taken almost on his chest. Comes in, but Collins will intercept. No 15, he's got to play on. Ball smothered off the boot, and it will go.
Boy show then. It's recipe for disaster if they're not careful.
Indeed, ball comes back in. Haggerboles is going to get that one to ground. Comes off hands, and it will go out of bounds. Back round from the goals. Outer side of the ground. Umpire brings the ball back in again. Haggerboles again probably got the best of that. Comes off hand. Salvino there for Anakie underneath will take it back out. And a fourth boundary throw in will happen at the same time. His hands. Good purchase on the ball. Lovely throw in back into play.
Haggerboles gets a tap out. Well, maybe he didn't because it's gone into over to... Oh, sorry. Goes over to Watts now. He can't get the ball. He's going to be holding the ball by the looks of it, and he took far too long to get rid of it. They tried to play advantage, Anakie, but they didn't go back behind the mark, and the umpire was spot on there in Shorty Peters. And it looks like little Priddle to take the kick now. Priddle. Oh, it could have been a 50-metre penalty, but he sees Collins. He goes in short to Collins, and Collins sees another short one now. He's looking up further afield. It goes over to Mitchell White, I think it is. Mitchell White now sees a teammate in the middle, and he's found him. Oh, he's been caught with the ball, though. He took off, and he got caught with the ball there, that boy. And a great tackle there by the Bannockburn boys. He comes out towards the half-forward flank now. In the van is Broman. Over to Tyquin. Tyquin puts it up forward. They're looking dangerous. Bannockburn is punched away by the Anakie defence, and the ball will roll out over the line. I wouldn't want to get too far behind here in case there's a bit of rain coming later on. As up they go for the big knock. Big Allen gets the tap out, but it goes down towards the Anakie boy in Kane Hayes. It's a nice kick over in the middle of the ground, but the Bannockburn boys lead in the race for the ball. It was, I think, that could well have been Jackson O'Neill. Comes out now to Watts. He's playing pretty well, Watts, but he lost possession of that. Ball gets handball over to, it looks like Gary Rickett now. Gary Rickett, a couple of blind turns over to his brother Steve. Puts it up towards, it's not a very good kick again. Bannockburn lead in the race for the defence, but they overrun it. But it looks like Watts gets back, it's a push in the back. Umpire says no, it isn't, play on. He fell into the tackle, and now all the boys, they get on top of the ball now. They can't get it out. Umpire's giving them plenty of time, and the Bannockburn defence come out now. Oh, they're playing well down there as they put it up towards the wing position. Nobody can take the mark. Big Rickett goes in hard, gets a tackle on. No one can get it now. And picks up the ball there by the Anakie boy, puts it in towards the forward pocket. They're looking for a big mark from Pittman. He can't take it. It's punched away from him. And the Bannockburn defence through Reek comes out towards the half-back flank. And a big mark over there to Butch Shaw on the half-back flank for Bannockburn.
So the ball comes inbound now from Shaw. He's looking for and finding Brad Watts on the centre wing position. Looking for options here. None presenting. He's going to go long. Goes forward, he's probably looking for Matthew Watts, but Fatullah was underneath that one. Comes down off hands, I think that might have been Priddle had the ball. Wilson taps the ball on, comes off hands then, Kavanagh for Anakie. Short little kick, slipped as he delivered it. Comes to Steve Ricketts, probably been a little bit quiet, but he delivers the ball wide now. Coming up wide and taking the mark is brother Gary. Ricketts, again, not a real great kick, slipped on delivery. It's very greasy out there. We've had a fair shower of rain at the end of that first quarter. Ball now relieved by the Bannockburn side, will come out wide in front of one of the light towers, and Butch Shaw will take the ball. So Christian Shaw will relieve for defence for Bannockburn, drive it up the wing. He was looking there for Haggabols, who couldn't take the mark. Intercepted though by the Anakie player. He's going to drive the ball back in deep. And was that Pittman? No, sorry.
Dando.
No, Dando's picked the ball up for Bannockburn as he fell, couldn't pick up the jumper. Gets the kick away. Fouled after the delivery there was Tom Warpole, who's playing a pretty good game of footy. Comes off hand to Matthew Watts, far afield now, come up to the wing. He comes forward looking for Fatullah. Fatullah can't get the ball. Tyquin picks it up, gets a handball over the top. Good delivery around the outside comes Lincoln Peters. Peters tries to get a delivery. Good mark by Mick Allen. Good mark by Mick Allen. He's probably, 35 metres out, the acutest of angles. I thought Lincoln Peters' delivery was a little bit strong, but Allen was able to reel that in for the Bannockburn side. So he comes in right in front of the scoreboard. Be a very good kick. Umpire, I tell you what, he has not moved, and that is a great goal to Michael Allen. And 5-1, Belmont Lions 1-1, East Geelong 1-2, Bellpost Hill 4 goals 1, Corio 1 goal 1, Werribee Central's 5 goals 5, Geelong West 5 goals 2, North Geelong 5 goals 3, and Thompson 9 goals 8, Winchelsea 1 goal 2.
Out of Bannockburn in the centre of the ground. I think it might be Butch Shaw there, and he'll put the big long left boot in it and kick it along, I reckon, and he does just that. He's looking over there for, I think it might be Watts over there. He can't pick it up. Now he can. He gets beautifully tackled by Corey Collins, and the ball comes out to Priddle. He eludes a tackle and gets back to Collins, and Collins puts it up towards Lazarick, but it's beautifully intercepted, and the Bannockburn defence are playing good football. Out it comes now. Comes out towards the Bannockburn boy in Banks, I think it was. Banks puts a beautiful kick up, and that's the difference between the two sides at the moment, because that was magnificent delivery, and that could be, is it Fatullah, I think it is. And he's going to be about 40 metres out, directly in front. The rain has stopped. The ball might be still pretty heavy, although we've only gone, how much have we gone, man? We've gone 9 minutes and nearly 10 minutes into the second quarter, and boy, this will put a real dampener on Anakie's efforts for the finals if he puts this one through. And he comes, a big long left boot, and I tell you what, the umpire, I think he might like it. The umpire does like it, and he comes back to the middle and puts up the 2 fingers.
So ball comes back to the ground. Scotty McDonald about to ring some changes and going to bring Reece Illig into the game for the first time as the ball goes up. Comes off hands there. Umpire just gets in the way of the footy, but does a bit of quality evasion of the ball. Matthew Watts gets the ball, delivers off hands there to Chris Reek. Reek goes long. He's going all the way for goal. I tell you what, if this bounces through, it'll be this would have been a nightmare for Anakie. But Attainment Centre scoreboard just on the 11-minute mark. Ball comes back in. Yelchin Perchik for Anakie gets the ball. He goes wide up the wing and we'll find
That's
Rick
a better
Lazarick.
kick.
Lazarick, he comes inbound. He's going to find Jordan Fulton there. Fulton, much better delivery here coming forward, not quite into the forward line and well intercepted there by the Bannockburn side. Ball comes out to the outer wing. Poor kick looking for Lincoln Peters in the middle. He goes to ground. Ball spills out of his possession. Comes off spinning out of the pack there. I'm not quite sure who that might have been. It might have been Mitchell White, in fact. Umpire 4 or 5 onto the ground. Boys fall on. So umpire sends the ball in the air. Wilson gets the tap down. Too strong for Lazarick though, goes over his head, spills to Bannockburn's advantage. Ball comes off hands, picked up there by Vickery, that was. Full on the ball right in the middle of the ground. So umpire restarts. Up we go. Agabols gets the tap down. Strong tack down to the Bannockburn advantage. Comes off hands. Little give out to Perchek. He gets the ball away. Has a bounce till he gets away from him. Good pace.
Oh, he's run a long way.
Goes long for goal, and that kick was just astray. Score. Bannockburn will bring the ball back into play. They go out wide. Bannockburn now will deliver the ball up the far wing. They're probably using that outer side of the ground quite a bit, but Steve Ricketts, that is for Anakie, will intercept the ball and come back in. Perchek left alone, probably not something you should do a lot of. He delivers the ball in, looking for and finding Jordan Kavanagh. Jordan Kavanagh probably about 25, 30 metres out from goal. Really desperately needs to put this one through the big sticks.
Well, they certainly do. That was all of a sudden their disposal just improved enough to give the boy a perfect opportunity.
Kavanagh comes in. He hasn't dropped that well onto his boot, and that has gone offline and goes for another.
Comes now for the restart. Bannockburn get the ball out there. Could be Dando, I think's got it down right deep in the back pocket. Hasn't much got to go to, so he's going to put a big roost into the footy up towards the wing position. Big Wilson's there. He can't take the mark. Allen can't either. Was a great contest. There's possibly a push in the back there. Could be holding the ball now if he doesn't get it out. It does come out now. Then it's back in again. It's pretty scrambly as Watts punches it forward towards the wing position. Picked up here by the Anakie boy in Ladgrove, I think it was. Can't get rid of it now though, and the ball goes out of bounds by a long way. And it's Anakie's probably the worst I've seen him play. As a bad throwing goes to Allen, I think it was. He gets a handball to Watts. Watts another handball in turn. Comes towards the centre of the ground. All the players fall over, but Big Park Kettle gets the ball. A beautiful little kick to Lazarick. Beautiful vision from Kettle. Lazarick now puts it into the centre of the ground. It's a little bit high for Rickett, but he does a good job in negating it. Gets it onto the ground now, and Rickett picks it up again. That's Gary over to Hayes. He goes back to Gary. Have a shot, son, I reckon. He's put it right into the teeth of goal. It's going to bounce. Oh! It's done it wrong and gone the other way. Anakie, they go to 1-5-11, 7-6-48, Bannockburn. How many? We've gone probably, I'd say about nearly 20 minutes gone in this second quarter. I can't read, I haven't got my glasses on, mate.
Ball comes out to Brad Watts, deep in the back pocket for Bannockburn. He's going to come up the wing and he is going to find Michael Allen.
15.
Allen picks up the ball. He goes up to the wing. Raft of Anakie players here though. Comes off hands. Picked up well low there by Matty Watts. Watts gives to Tyquid, who comes out to the wing looking for Peters, and Peters will take a chest mark. Will he play on? No, he just steps back. Ball comes back, comes off hands, comes to Wilson and will come off.
Yeah, he ran in and give a big shirt front to Corey Collins, but the thing is he did it while he wasn't looking. That's pretty weak, I reckon. Do it from the front if you're going to do it, mate.
I'll tell you what he did. A little bit of mud flicked off Collins' boot as he ran away from him, and he took offence to it, which is what I was laughing at. Ball out of bounds right in front of our commentary position here. Wilson and Allen will contest. Short comes in, Wilson gets it away. Perchek falls on the ball, trying to get the ball up here, having trouble. Comes off hands, Vickery in there, someone come in late. Umpire says no, I'll just have a throw up. So Willen, up they go. Allen, crafty, gets Wilson out of position, comes off hands, ball comes to Brad Watts, he heads into an open goal. I tell you what, that'll be another one to him. Brad Watts will kick, actually it's his first, Matt Watts I was thinking of.
Has gone into the ruck, but I'd say he'd be up against, it might be Rickett, because I think Big Wilson's come off, but he brings the tab out, but out they come now. Bannockburn put it out towards the half-forward flank. Tyquin leads in the race for the ball. He gets a handball to no one in particular, so he goes and grabs it himself again, pushes it a bit further. It's going back towards the Anakie goals. It's picked up by Butch Shaw, and his kick smothered and the ball rolls. In he comes now, throws the ball in. Up they go. Rickett in ruck, but it's won by the Bannockburn boy in the front. It goes to Priddle though. Priddle sharks it, gets a quick handball to Gary Rickett, who's playing a pretty serviceable game. Out he goes now, puts it up towards the wing position and comes towards the half-forward flank. Up they go, big flies, but no one can take the mark, and the ball. In it comes. Throws it in. Again, the two boys will battle in the ruck. Rickett probably wins it again, but it's sharked by Bannockburn. A funny little kick out towards the centre of the ground. No one can pick it up now. He's over the ball. Umpire says, give it to me.
Shorty mustn't want to get the hands too dirty. Up she goes. Wilson with Hager Bowles will get the ball down. Comes off hands though, and that'll be Fulton. Fulton delivers the ball into the Anakie forward line, but going back into defence and taking a strong mark was Kane Taylor. Taylor holds the ball up, looking for some options. Looks like they almost might have a preset play here as he's holding the ball, waiting for some opportunity to appear. Umpire says play on, he's got to move now. He drives the ball long. Lincoln Peters was the target. He can't get to the ball. Priddle's underneath it. Picked up by Salvino. No, he can't pick the ball up. He's having a bit of a dirty day as Salvino. Comes off hands to Priddle. He goes round one. Delivers the ball out wide. I think it might have been to Perchek, wasn't it? No, it was to Kavanagh. Kavanagh goes for goal. Is it going to? No, it doesn't.
It's stopped
Intercepted
in the mud.
by the Bannockburn side. It stopped in the mud. Comes out wide, and they will find Jamie Van Ingen. I think that might have been who delivered the ball up. Wilson, who's just entered back onto the ground, comes off hands. Give there by Vickery. He goes into the middle of the ground and he finds Fulton. Fulton. Kicked the man on the mark, but the ball's covered straight back into his chest, and he goes again. Kicks long for goal, and that will be offline again.
They're probably playing the best they've played, but they just can't convert.
They can't as Bannockburn bring the ball back in. They're going to go out wide. They've decided to use the outer side of this ground as their passage for goal. Couple of bounces on the ground. Kicks the ball up long. Looking there and finding Matt Watts. He can't. He delivers the ball off then. I think it might have been to Tyquin. Tyquin gets the ball long, looking for Fatala, but kick
Versus and come out after half-time and maybe even get a couple before the siren for this quarter.
So umpire Fano is going to bring the ball back in. Good throw in too. Quality umpire. Brings the ball off hands. Peters with the ball. He gets it away looking for Tyquin. Or a little give. Comes off hands there. Priddle for Anakie will drive the ball up the wing. Picked up there. I think it was that Lasrig or Ricketts out there. A bit hard to pick them up in these numbers.
Had plenty of time. That's a good decision.
And Anakie will come up with the ball. Little give, comes across there to Ladgrove. Ladgrove kicks forward. He was looking for Pittman, who can't take a mark. That's probably something else that needs to happen as Pittman takes some more of those grabs, but he gets the ball, kicks in long. Ball comes off hands there, and it was Watts, I think it might have been, who delivers the ball and it provides a little bit of a relief for the Bannockburn side. Delivers up and finds Jackson O'Neill. O'Neill almost plays on. Umpire says 50. You've crossed the mark in 50. Probably a little bit hard done by, but that is the rule. Don't step over that mark, and that's what he's done. So 50 metres will bring Jackson O'Neill to the centre of the ground.
I just don't know what a bloke's supposed to do when he sort of goes to
play on, doesn't he?
Well, he's actually moved off his line. He goes to play on. If you let him go, you get dragged off. So common sense. I know it's the rule. Bit of common sense. Just call him back and leave him where he is.
Jackson O'Neill delivers the ball to Shaw. Shaw comes in looking for Fatala. Good defence there, though, by the Anakie player. Comes off hands. Steve Ricketts, who's gone back into that back line to try and provide a bit of stability. Comes off hands. Kane Tays. Turned back in, though, by Lincoln Peters looking for Fatala. Over the top came Parsons. Parsons, he can't get the ball. The ball delivered off hands there by Mitchell White. Comes back to the Bannockburn player at the centre square position. He chips in forward.
Oh, you got to go, son, when you got to go.
And couldn't find James Wishart, who's entered the ground for the first time. You can tell because he's got the whiter shorts on the ground in this dirty conditions. Priddle in there, probably got a little one over the shoulder, but was on the blind side by the umpire. Oh, good shepherd by him. Perchek in a bit of trouble. Comes off hands to Vickery it was again. Vickery picks up the ball. Fall on it. A number of players fall on that ball. Umpire's going to... So, resting ruckman away. Haggard Bowles brings the ball to ground. Umpire finds a free. Says there was a grab. I think it's a free.
There was no free kick.
No, I couldn't see a hold there. So Ricketts will get, Steve Ricketts that is, will get the tap down as the sun peeks its head through and shines a bit of light on the Anakie Recreation Reserve for the first time in a while here today. Number of players fall on the ball. Can't get it out. Umpire's got to blow the whistle at some point here, I reckon, and indeed he does. He says times it doesn't come off. Up we go again. So Steve Ricketts into the ruck. Haggard Bowles will bring that ball to ground. Fulton, he can't get the handball away, so it spills off hands. Leading in the race for the ball is Eric Roweth. Roweth, Butch Shaw gets the ball to Butch Shaw. Oh, intercepted by Salvino. Open goal. He's missed that too.
Oh, come on.
Great. So,
gee, that was a bad miss. They really needed that.
They really did. They needed to turn it around. I reckon there was almost a Clarko incident in the box in front of us, Scotty Max, that peeved with the situation. Rubbing the head and the hands at the minute. Bannockburn deliver the ball back in, comes under the outer side of the ground, and the ball will run out of play there. I think that might be Jack Bowman who's the ball in. Haggard Bowles v Steve Ricketts. Comes off hands, third man up over the top there. Might have been Parsons, I think, I'm not quite sure. Thought there was a whistle on play. Might have come from our good old friends, the netball courts. It's done it to us again. Players go on again, though. Come off hands, Salvino gets the ball forward. He's looking for Pittman in a one-on-one contest. Brings the ball to ground, can't take the mark, gets the handball. Does keep the ball in play. Well done by Pittman. Falls onto the ball. Can't get the ball out. Players will fall on it. Umpire's got to blow a whistle here.
He has.
You would think. Deep in the pocket. Anakie attacking into the ground. Desperately need a goal. Ball goes through Priddle's leg. So the umpire will bring the ball back into play. Winds up. Sends it back in. Ricketts, Haggard Bowles is really taking account for Ricketts in the ruck at the moment. Ball comes off hands. It was Kavanagh for Anakie. Gets some relief inboard, finds Gary Ricketts. He gives a long handball over the top, but it's into traffic and play. Salvino, a little give there back. Might have been to Steve Ricketts, I think, out in that far side of the ground. Ricketts and Haggard Bowles once again. Ball comes back in. Ricketts will get that one to advantage. Comes off hands, but picked up by the Bannockburn player. Peters ran over the top of the ball, intercepted by Priddle. Priddle finds Salvino. Turns one way, goes round one player, kicks long. He needs to make an amends here. He makes even a worse effort of that one, and that one has gone out of bounds on the full. Deep into the
kick in there, and it'll be a Bannockburn mark. Way down deep in defence. It only got him about 15 metres, and the ball comes out now towards the half-back flank. It's beautifully intercepted by Ricketts, but he can't control it. Out it comes now. All they're battling hard in there. Anakie comes out to Kavanagh. He can't pick it up. He gives a high tackle away, and it'll be a Bannockburn free kick. Very deep into the fence. Big long kick out towards the centre of the ground. Oh, the Bannockburn boy, Peters, I think he just dropped what he should have taken, but he's been holding the man, and umpire said, you take the kick, boy. It might have been Tyke when he puts it up towards the full forward or centre half forward position. I'm sorry. Goes out to Gary Ricketts. He's played a pretty good game, Gary Ricketts, but his handball's astray. Been the story of the day so far. And what a magnificent mark over the top. Running with the flight of the ball. It might be the boy Warple, I think, the kid from the under-18s.
It is indeed.
And he running with the flight of the ball. Never looked like marking it, then just never looked like dropping it once he got his hands on it. And he will line up now from about, where's that 50-metre line? He'll probably be about 45 out, 46 metres out. Pretty much directly in front. He might be a bit closer. That's the wrong bloke on the mark. He might be about 40. So the distance is probably not a problem for him, but the accuracy will be. And there's a reprieve for the Anakie Roos that goes through for 1 point. And Anakie will drink and a feed. As in it comes now. It comes out towards, I think that's Yelchin Perchik out there. He's going to go onto the left boot. He's had a quick bounce. Goes back onto the right now. They're coming from everywhere. Tyken's after him. He can't quite get a hand on him. It was pretty well done in the finish by Perchik as he puts it down around the boundary line. He had no one to go. I would think so. There's a bit of struggle in the ruck between Ricketts and Haggard Bowles. Ricketts gets the front position and gives it to Hayes. Hayes over to Mitch Vickery. Vickery to Corey Collins. It's a bad handball, and it's picked up now by the Bannockburn boy. I can't quite pick him up at the moment, but it comes back to Haggard Bowles. But the siren goes to end that foray into attack for the Bannockburn Footy Club. But at half-time here at Anakie Reserve, Bannockburn 8 goals 7-55 against the very disappointing Anakie Roos 1 goal.